Don't get me wrong.
Guys are smarter than girls. You got some serious problems. That's what frustrates me. There are going to be some males in our society that will refuse to vote for a potential female president because they don't think females are smart enough to be president. We could line all those guys up and shoot them. They
What?
clearly don't understand the way the world works. Did I say that? Scratch that from the recording. I don't want the deans hearing that I said that.
And I think jokingly, the person did not delete that part, and now he's on administrative leave. What is wrong with these people? He should not be allowed to teach and should be investigated. This is one of the many reasons why colleges have become a scam and a money grab. I totally agree. And administrative leave, they might leave him and send him to another college. Because hey, if they agree on the same policy, I would not be surprised. That was a very democratic reaction. And now the problem is he can use that to say that you attacked him and he will charge you and he might win. So be careful how you do this, ladies and gentlemen.
I intend on extending a tax cut, repealing that tax bill they just passed. And also looking at estate taxes are going to have to go up.
Everything from a 70 to 80% tax rate.
I think that's fantastic. I made that very clear in 2020. I will not ban fracking. There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking.
She was big on defund the police.
For too long, the status quo thinking has been you get more safety by putting more cops on the street. Well, that's wrong.
She was the border czar. She doesn't want to be called the border czar because she's embarrassed by the border.
I am in favor of saying that we're not going to treat people who are undocumented across the border as criminals. That's correct.
Abolish ICE.
Yeah, we need to probably think about starting from scratch.
She is Biden. The worst inflation we've ever had, a horrible economy because inflation has made it so bad.
Bidenomics is working. It's working. And then this business about taking everyone's guns away. Tim Walz and I are both gun owners. We're not taking anybody's guns away, so stop with the continuous lying about this stuff. We have to have a buyback program, and I support a mandatory buyback program. My agenda includes attempting to get Congress to act, but if they don't within the first 100 days of my administration, I'm going to take executive action. Well, first of all, I absolutely support, and over the last 4 years as vice president, private health care options.
I believe it will totally eliminate private insurance.
Let's eliminate all of that. Let's move on.
Even the Kamala voters are like, hey man, you have to make a decision. Just like me. Every day I need to be like, this eye, or this eye, or this eye, or no eye. Make a choice. And suddenly you realize you need to pay people to make content to support you.
Did you guys know that the Democratic Party is paying people on TikTok thousands and thousands of dollars to make videos talking about how awesome the Democratic Party is? I know, because they've offered me nearly $15,000 to do just that, to try to take attention away from that whole genocide thing. And I also know because I've unfortunately had to follow mutuals who started posting content suspiciously in line with the pitches I received to do just that within around 48 hours of me receiving those pitches. And suspiciously, nobody is disclosing on TikTok that they are getting paid to make videos just like this.
I suspect foul play.
So, since nobody wants to tell you the Democrats are paying them thousands of dollars to talk about how awesome the Democrats are, I'm going to tell you, you guys should be aware that when you see videos like that, the Democrats are actively paying people to talk about how awesome the Democrats are. I've received 2 pitches so far to date. I received one that was to make ongoing videos monthly leading up to the election. And I received another one that was to fearmonger specifically about Project 2025 and the Heritage Foundation. If you follow me, if you listen to my podcast, you know I have 4 hours of content talking about the Heritage Foundation and Project 2025, okay? It's not good. It's all ass. But I resent the way that the Democrats are trying to fearmonger like it's something new and some unique horror you need to be terrified of in order to coerce you into voting for them with bad information. The Heritage Foundation has been asked since it was incepted in the 1970s, and Project 2025 is just the newest name for the Mandate for Leadership, which is their document that comes out every single election cycle and has since 1980, trying to influence Republican politicians on how to vote. you also should probably know that Heritage Foundation trustees are actively endorsing both Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, and that Barack Obama famously worked with them in the past for policy. Are they conservative? Yes, but they're not exactly super partisan, and that probably also is why Kamala Harris is saying that she will definitely want to seat a Republican in her cabinet. I keep saying, you know, socialists are punching right, and the Democrats are standing there. Why are you standing there? Anyway, since people making videos online aren't disclosing to you that they're getting paid thousands of dollars to do so, I just want you, consumers of media, to know that people are being paid thousands of dollars to make those videos. Yeah, you should be aware. And it's a lot of money. It's a lot of fucking money. When I realized it was like, I could have made $15,000 in 4 months if I was just like, you know what, really, guys, the Democrats are pretty cool. I think they're really cool. I think you shouldn't worry about the genocide thing. They're so awesome. And I'm here to tell you that you should be ashamed of how you vote or who you vote for or whatever. As far as I can tell, every single American is making a horrible shit-ass decision under coercion and duress, right? It's not great. But I am here to tell you the people on your phone are being paid thousands of dollars to give you some of those political opinions.
I ain't getting nothing. I'm just doing this for free. Well, I did get something, but then it got demonetized. That's why you need to support me with the likes, and hopefully YouTube will be like, oh, a lot of people like this black one-eyed person.
Bill, the details in this case, let me tell you, are just horrifying. This woman says she was held at gunpoint inside of her own home by these 4 guys. She says they tied her up, they threatened to cut her fingers off and beat her with a pistol. We now know that these 4 men who were charged are legal migrants from Venezuela. This woman lives alone. She's in her 50s, just pulled in her garage in the upscale Briarwood neighborhood of Dallas. Police say the 4 suspects approached her, forced her inside at gunpoint, ransacked her home, stole money and jewelry. According to police records, the suspects only spoke Spanish and communicated through Google Translate. Luckily, police say she was not hurt. When they left, she managed to free herself, ran to a neighbor's home and called 911. Police matched a fingerprint to one of the suspects, Manuel Hernandez, who named the others involved. All 4 charged with aggravated robbery and have ICE detainers. ICE tells Fox News that all 4 are from Venezuela, and according to records, Hernandez told investigators they're involved in a criminal street gang. Now, ICE would only give me the immigration history of Manuel Hernandez, and it's worth noting because in March he illegally entered the U.S. from El Paso, and he has been arrested at least twice before this. Just months after illegally coming into the U.S., he pled guilty to a DWI. Despite the conviction, he was released right back into the U.S.
It was very concerning because it's a nice part of Dallas and a quiet part. We welcome people who are not, who come here legally, but people who are not here illegal or are not coming in legally, we have to wonder about why they were able to get here in the first place and this far north.
I didn't want to consider it funny, but if somebody robs me and comes with a Google Translate,
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
I would actually start laughing even if you're robbing me, because like, well, at least you're doing something, because that's wild.
Flood, we really got to watch those areas and those communities. So it takes quite a while for that water to drain.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Ken, I have a question for you. You mentioned words matter, and I know there's a lot of, to the people of Florida, and in particular, the people of the Tampa region, we urge you to take this storm serious.
Kamala Harris struggles through a live broadcast on Hurricane Milton, covers her mouth to tell the staff she is on a live broadcast before stumbling while reading prepared notes. And she's either cracking up or she might have a sore throat. But hey, it would not surprise me if she crumbles under pressure.
Would you have done something differently than President Biden during the past 4 years?
There is not a thing that comes to mind in terms of, and I've been a part of most of the decisions that have had impact.
You didn't make good choices. You had good choices.
And I think that would be her downfall, because she never admits she's wrong. Everything is, no, you're wrong. No, next question. No, it's Trump's fault. If that is the only way to solve your situation, say you're middle class and you understand and you smoke weed back in the day, I don't know. I think a lot of people might have met certain people like that in real life, and generally, they don't trust them.
The sheriff's office will ensure that that is a safe environment for anyone that comes there. Anyone that comes in will be checked to make sure that they are not a fugitive and not wanted, not a sex offender. If you are a predator, you are not allowed at the rimfire shelter. If you are designated under Florida law as a sex predator and you need shelter, you need to go to the Sheriff Perry Hall Inmate Detention Facility. That's the county jail on Justice Lane, and we will accommodate you in the lobby of that building. You've probably seen it before, I would guess.
Florida does it right. Sex offenders will not be allowed in their hurricane shelters, instead go to county jail. Do you agree? Let me know. And this is how CNN changed their opinion. GOP claims Afghan refugees are arriving unvetted. That's not true. Later, Afghan national charged with election day terrorist plot in US. There's nothing more infuriating than when the media fact checks and it turns out to be true. And in all honesty, it's not that I care if it's true. I generally care way more if there's any more cases that I didn't check.
Don't get me wrong, makosa kita bong. Put the fire na mi blonde, kush hash, purple skunk, criollo, colombici, jam jam, turloqueta, verdetta, welcome.